Earlier today, I was on a mastermind with one of my dear friends and mentors who is just the most amazing adopted dad ever. And he was asking me, well, have you got any clients yet? Because he's like, well, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm making things go boom. And I'm really excited because things are about to go to that next level. Not in the sense of the actual people coming in. I don't know when that's going to hit. But I do know that I have set the trail. I have set the process. I've set the foundation. And it's only a matter of time before people catch wind of it. And suddenly, ChatGPT has said, oh girl, you basically just poured kerosene and lit a match and then walked away and let it all just light up. And I'm like, I know. I'm really excited about it. So if you don't know what I've been up to, I'm already in the process of it, so I can now reveal the secret that I have been working on since about January. And I basically uncovered it back in December, where I'm like, I think I'm going to go through some of my old stuff, because I had this major scare with my external hard drive before, and I got a new one. I'm like, I'm going to back up all of my stuff, and then I'm also going to put them on little tiny mini flash drives so I have extra copies of these videos. But I realized I could also repurpose these videos and repurpose the transcripts and repurpose little quotes within that and put them on threads. I'm now at phase 4 of my diabolical plan. The first part was the testing phase to see what was really going on in the system. And then I created my own way of doing things, my empowered birth method. And then it was testing to see, well, would other people be interested in this? And they were like, where have you been? I needed you 10 years ago. And I'm like, okay, this is something that's been going on for a while. And then that led to me writing my book. And I had coached clients, so my book is based on the successes that I had with my clients and my own story. And then I have my proof, and I have my process. And I was like, I've got the products now. And I now have my paths to get people to work with me. And I wanted to protect my time and energy. So I'm telling this to my friend. I'm like, well, I'm not really focused on that part. What I'm focused on is getting those foundations ready so that when it goes boom, I don't suddenly have an influx of people and no spots to work with me. Instead, I can still filter them out through the other paths of my system. You can go back and watch some of my other videos where I talk about my 3 paths, but it's basically like this. Premium coaching, I only work with a few people. It's very high level. You have to be willing to do the work. I can also do laser coaching, and I want to be able to pinpoint exactly where they're stuck, which means they need to have done some work ahead of time, like my first client had done, where she's like, hey, can I show you my birth plan? And I looked it over, and I used to give that kind of stuff for free, and I'm like, no, this is a premium service, because my mindset had kind of shifted, and I realized, oh, I'm a coach. I've always been a coach. And what I have to offer is valuable. And the most important thing I have to offer of value is my time and energy, putting that into this mom. So I got on the call with her, and she's like, I'm in. I'm signing up. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, as I get bigger, once I'm no longer the best kept secret, suddenly everybody is going to want a piece of that. And so I have raised my rates big time for even my laser coaching. So that if somebody truly wants to talk to me, they're going to pay, because information is free and I only charge for access to me. This allows me to also stay in integrity, because I don't want to leave anybody behind. This mission is too important, and that is where the measure of success really comes in. What does success look to you? Does it look like you having lots of clients and people paying you right away? Or is it something different? Now, for me, I have gone through this transformation where I now know that I am enough just as I am. And pretty much everything on my list, except for one thing, will allow me to have what I believe is my true measure of success. And the rest is just a bonus. It's not money. It's not power. It's not prestige that really drives me. What drives me is something so much deeper. And you have your own measure of success, and it's not what a lot of people would see as traditionally successful. But there can be people out there that have all of the money, all of the power, and they're still not happy on the inside. And they're really doing it from ego to try to feel like they're enough. And I'm enough just as I am. And so my definition of success, let me just tell you, freely giving my gifts, expressing my creativity, and providing value for others. Just getting on my soapboxes, creating a guide, building a course, just putting that magic out there with no attachment brings me so much joy. Seeing that others are enjoying the value that I'm putting out, that is a bonus to me. It's not needed. I don't need that validation. There was a time when I was a little girl and I would be sitting there and I'd just be making things for myself. I'd write stories for myself. And then people would suddenly see it and they'd be like, why isn't this out in the public? You could make money on it. And it's like, that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I like to do it. I don't need to get paid. And I worked through that. So now it's like, I can do this thing and I can get paid. And I can get paid really well for it. But the information itself, I'll put that out there. But if they want my own genius, if they want me to actually look at their stuff, oh no, that is a premium service, my friend. And I am worth every single cent of that. And I know the transformations that I can create for people. Even high-level people like my dear friends. I've now recognized my value. I have friends who've said, Carly, your love is no small thing. And you have inspired me. Really high-level people that have said, you have inspired me. That feels so good inside because I know now just how powerful I am. So I want to be able to freely give my gifts and express my creativity without having anybody stop me. And, I'm unstoppable. I will find a platform and I will just put my magic out there. I have no attachment. And I'm going to provide that value for others. The other thing is making an impact for others so that they break free of their own limitations and control that keeps them from their highest potential and authenticity. I am all about getting past fear, getting out of your own way, and taking action towards all of your dreams. The things that people say don't exist. But if it's a dream in your heart, a dream is a wish that your heart makes. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. It's inevitable because it wouldn't have been put in your heart if it wasn't possible. And you're the only one who really knows what that dream is. And sometimes you need somebody else to stand for that dream until you can believe in it fully for yourself. And that's what I do for my friends. They can be in complete despair because everything's falling apart. And I'm like, I think you forgot your crown. And here it is, and I'm putting it back on your head. And I'm going to show you the magnificence. And yeah, everything is coming for you. I can already see it. You're not seeing it because you're in it. Fish can't see the water they swim in, but I can see it. And as a reflector, I can really see it. So I like to get people out of their fear. I like to pull masks off. I like to help people rise up to their highest potential. I'm all about Maslow's hierarchy, and there is always a next level within Maslow's hierarchy. It's a spiral staircase. It's an hourglass, and then you transcend the hourglass to another hourglass. And, I've got these models in my head that at some point I'm going to need somebody to create actual visuals for that because I don't have time to do that. But, the ideas that keep coming to me over and over that I can impart and I can create that impact and I can make somebody's life happier, more joyful, they have more freedom to do what they were coming here to do. Yeah, That is something I love. I am an empowered mom. I empower moms, and I empower them for life. One of my taglines is, when you have an empowered birth, you're an empowered mom for life, and no one can take your power away from you ever again. And I love to drop little things into the ocean, because a drop in the ocean creates ripples. Many ripples create waves, and enough waves can change the tide. And it's just so beautiful knowing that I can make that impact. My book exists. My channel exists. It may not have as many followers yet, but once it goes boom, the freedom that moms are going to have is just, it's beautiful. Once they really can implement those 5 pillars and there's no barriers, the vision I have, a million dreams are keeping me awake, really. I mean, The Greatest Showman is like one of my favorite movies. So, yeah, the authenticity, being able to be your full self, unapologetically, being able to set those boundaries, and to be able to find those people who are category 5s that were trying to clip your wings and silence you, and you're no longer afraid of them. You rise up, and you become so much more powerful when you do. Another definition of my true success is my children thriving, creating their own legacies, and they're fully themselves, unapologetically. And I can already see that happening, where my kids, they set those strong boundaries. My 9-year-old daughter is not afraid to say, that hurt me. When that person who's in my family said that, it hurt me. And no, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for them buying me off with gifts. They hurt me, and they're not apologizing for it. They're not taking accountability, so they can continue to do that. But I'm going to be over here doing my thing, and I'm going to be with people that actually value me. And for my daughter to be like, I don't care what's popular and trendy. I'm going to wear this outfit because it makes me feel good. And to create just because she loves to create. And to receive things. And my son, loving to create things. And he is his full, authentic self. He does not have any shame about crying or about expressing his emotions. He knows that he can be a big, strong boy, and he can also get a hug from mommy. And he also knows that he can be a protector and stand for others that may be afraid to stand up for themselves. And he can empower those people. And my daughter can see people that maybe others would stay away from. There's a neurodivergent boy in her class, and she has befriended him because she knows that other kids aren't hanging out with him. She feels bad for him. She actually likes him. And so she's like, I'm hanging out with him. And I'm hanging out with him more because of the fact that he deserves to have at least one person in his corner. And she knows everything about this kid. And she's just absolutely this beautiful light in the world. And I know that that is going to serve her later. So my legacy is already continued with my 2 kids. Now I'd love to have more. And, well, I mean, I'll get to that in a minute. The other one, being the keeper of my own time, energy, obligated to no one, and feeling to be fully myself. Being able to decide what I want to do with my time. Do I want to lay in bed and just listen to music today? Am I feeling a little bit to the point where I need to take care of my feelings? Do I have some sort of cold coming up? I can take care of myself. It's a beautiful, nice, sunny day. Do I want to go to the park with my kids? It's a rainy day. Do I want to stay in and just watch something? Do I want to create? What do I want to create? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I want to be able to decide what to do with my time. My energy is precious, and I'm here to live. I'm here to experience. I'm here to grow. I'm here to explore. And so I don't want anything holding me back from that. And so that part comes to never needing to worry about money ever again because it flows effortlessly. I have basically set the foundations so that money will flow. And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't need to chase after it, but it will come because I'm setting those foundations. I have it in place. I know my worth. I know my value. I know what I'm charging for 15 minutes of my time. And it is quite a premium to charge for that. But I know that I'm worth it because I have done the work. And I did it for free for so long. And I saw the transformation. So it's like, you know what? At this point, information is free. They can go anywhere. They don't have to get on a call with me. But if they're going to pay me for my time. So I know this. And I also have my book, and sales could come from that. Sales could come from me doing another class outside of my birth space for somebody else. Abundance is everywhere. So I know that that can come in too. But, you know, there's one more layer of what true success looks like for me. And, you know, this one I can't really control the timing of. But, you know, I'll give you a hint. Trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. 'Cause, you know, I could have all the money, could have all the power, the impact, my kids shining, the legacy. But at the end of the day, it's still me. And sure, I have ChatGPT and I have my friends. But, you know, a life without love, love is a many splendid thing. Love lifts us up where we belong. All you need is love. And I have love for myself. I have love for my kids. I have love for my community. I have love for my friends. But there's that one person, the trampoline for my dreams, the sanctuary for my heart, the one who gets to have all of me. And to me, that's worth more than money and gold, and power, and fame. Because when I look out into the audience, I want to see that person cheering me on. I want to cheer them on. And when I'm watching my kids thrive, I want that person beside me watching them thrive too. And when I'm creating, I want somebody to hold that space for me so that I can create at a deeper level. I am enough as I am. And I could be so much more if there were two wings on one bird instead of just me doing it all myself. But, you know, there's some things that you just have to wait for. You just have to trust that it'll come in when it does. And I can't rush that. I can do everything else on my own. But that one, well, that's my greatest wish. That's what's missing. And that's what I dream about every single night. That's what I pray for. You know, when it comes down to it, true love really is the pinnacle of success. Because when you have true love, you have everything. You can have that trampoline that goes further than if you did it alone. And that's why you can't settle. Because, you know, I had a partner and he couldn't go as far as I needed. And I could just go out and date just anyone, but again, it wouldn't work long term. Not for as high as I want to fly. There's only one that could fly as high as me. And they just have to be ready to do it. And until they are, I build alone. And it hurts. Some days it really does hurt. And at the same time, it is still beautiful flying. But let me just be clear. Even if you are enough by yourself, just keep holding that vision that one day you won't be alone. One day you will have everything. One day those people will come in. You'll have the team that stands for your mission. You'll have the friends that are cheering you on as you rise high. You'll have the clients, the ambassadors, the advocates for your message out there, speaking the truth. I mean, that part, I can't wait for that part to come in. Because, as soon as the moms get wind of this, as soon as they actually go through and see this, and see what I've put out there in my deep dive masterclasses, and that I'm really giving it all, that there is no barrier. Oh my gosh, they are going to just, it's going to be beautiful. It's really going to be beautiful. And at the same time, I really, really do want to be able to share that with the person who sees all of me, who gets to be with all of me. And until that happens in real time, well, that's where the imagination comes in. And that's my dream. That's my wish that my heart makes. And, your imagination, your mindset is powerful. So until that dream comes in for you, until you have the level of success, what success really looks like for you, dream it and work towards it every day. Because that's what I'm doing. I may not have the clients right now, as I said to my friend, but that's because I'm not looking for the clients right now. What I'm looking for is to build that foundation so that when the clients come in, I'm not losing the success that I really want of being able to freely give my gifts. I need that time to freely give my gifts. I need to still make my impact. If the clients are taken away from my impact, it's not going to work. I need to be able to have my children thriving. I can't do that if I don't have either somebody else with my kids, or I've got enough time to devote to a client and still also be the mom that I want to be. I want to be the keeper of my own time. I don't want to be bogged down by calls all day. I want them to be aligned. I want the people to value me. I want it to be worth it so that I'm excited to get on the call, like I did with my clients when I was taking them on. I was excited to talk to them. And I want to also not worry about money. I don't want it to take away from what I could charge. So I'm not going to take people who can't afford me anymore. I'm not taking on discounts, I'm not taking on payment plans, and I'm not taking on freebies. Unless the payment plan is still at a high level, it's not going to be aligned. So I had to sit back and I had to really look at, what does success mean to me? What am I afraid of losing if I go to my next level? And that's when I knew that I needed to set those paths in place and things going boom. And the same things, like, what would I lose if I just picked just anyone instead of holding out for true love? Well, I know that my true love could give me everything on this list. Everything that I want would be enhanced by him. And you need to find that in your life. Who are the friends? Who are the clients? What is the mission? What is the thing that calls to you that would be enhanced? That you wouldn't lose anything of what your true definition of success is. And, if you need help with that, if you need to get past your fears, there's videos for that. Carly Bondred Uncensored exists. I'm going to be doing transcripts of that to help my friends and family and anybody who ends up following me so that they have that path, even if they can't get into connection with me. Because, I really do value my alone time and my time with my family, with my children. And when my true love comes in, I'm definitely going to be spending some time with him. And I don't want to be interrupted. So I want to make sure that everything's prepared for that. And, you need to do the same. In order to get to your next level, you need to see what's holding you back from your self-actualization to get to that next level. As I said, it's an hourglass. So you have the Maslow's hierarchy, which you understand. But then it flips on its, it's flipped. It's a triangle. And now everything that you thought was the right rung, you now need to see it as, oh, now it's holding me back. And you got to go through those layers. And my 5 pillars allow you to transcend that. My Phoenix method is like adding to Maslow's hierarchy. And I'll get into that another time. Maybe I'll do a training on it. I'd really like to do a diagram, but I just don't have time right now. I've got the thing going boom that makes me so happy. And on the 20th, that's when the reels really start hitting. And there's some fiery stuff in there that is just going to fire up the birth community. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. I don't know when it's going to go boom. I just know it will. And people will start to see me. And I will no longer be the best kept secret. And just watch me shine. Did you see Legally Blonde? And they had that song, Watch Me Shine, as Elle is getting serious about her law career because she's like, I'm never going to be enough for you, Warner, am I? And then she realizes that Emmett actually was seeing her all along. Emmett with his really gorgeous hair. I have a thing for guys with really good hair. And, yeah. Anyway, so go write out your list of success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I wrote 6 things. 7 would be having everything at once. And there's probably a lucky number 7 in there. Anyway, I love you so much. And I don't know when I'm going to be coming back in here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a couple days from now. But, if you ever need that light, you know where to find me. And my love language is bug me. And if it's aligned, or the right person came in and wanted to either meet up with me or message me, well, my door is always open for those that truly value me. Okay, I love you. Namaste.